Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. Trying not to cough is difficult. First words are the toughest. In the last episode, we spoke with some of the Chortists. And aside from believing that all faceless are evil inbreds, as are most, well, not evil inbreds, but most of Underrail is also not worth thinking about or venturing into, the people of the Institute of Chort seem to be like normal people. Only they really have a thing for Chort. We've got a quest from them, one of the investigation members, which is taking us back outside the Institute. And we're going to take advantage of this situation in order to do a few things, or I have already done a few of these things off screen, and I'll show you what we did. In particular, we wanted super steel, and I wanted to wrap up maybe a few other areas that I didn't quite fully explore last time. And that's what we're going to do. And as you can see, we're near Minecracker, so we're going to make another attempt at getting it today. God, things I do for you guys. Now, we do have some psi reinvigorators, so we're going to try using these to make us immune to the gigantic psi beetle's psi interruption abilities, which were by far the thing that damaged us the most last time we were here, and prevented us from making any forward progress. We're going to try just charging forward this time, using this when I guess we're near one of the psi beetles, in order to keep us from taking incredible amounts of damage. So that's the plan. That's the plan. I don't know how well it'll work, but we're going to give it a try. Next, we should probably have something here, so we're going to have the veal sandwich. And then off-screen, what have I done? So I went and used the cheat engine at the Lost Vault Trader, and after about 65 refreshes of his inventory, he finally was selling the plasma beam. It cost 700 charons to purchase this. Very expensive, but I wanted it. I don't know if I'm going to slot it right away. Probably not until we're done with the area up ahead. Then we have to sit down and figure out what we actually are going to be using for the future. We'll probably use Plasma Beam instead of the Temporal Distortion ability. Let's go ahead, though, and learn this. There we go, Plasma Beam. Once again, I did use the cheat engine. Just used it so that when I would interact with the merchant, he would cycle his inventory. This way, it would, instead of waiting about 100 hours, it took only about 65 clicks. And then going and checking to see if the one single Sonic trainer had Plasma Beam. He did sell quite a few other things, some of which we don't know, but I didn't want to purchase anything else except for Plasma Beam from him. The rest of it we can find or purchase normally in the game. As you can see, I'm sorry everyone, I'm going to be sniffling too, I apologize for that. I picked up a few more odds and ends as I was out exploring and killing things, and we have two sheets, I said the wrong word there, of super steel. One is quality 170, the other is quality 142. I think when we get back, we will make a super steel spear out of this, the 142 plates, and give it an electronic discharger, and see how it compares with our current electrical spear. Speaking of which, we're going to want that here, because we need to do as much damage as possible to these things, because this is a very difficult area. Now, Lost Fremen wagged his finger at me last time I was here for cursing. How can I say this? I deserve it, in so much that I was upset, but I tend to only curse when I'm trying to be funny, or when people don't expect it. I never mean to swear at a game designer, even if I do not like what they created. It takes a lot of effort to bring something into the world, a creation, a video game, a piece of art, something you write, anything for that matter. It takes a lot of work. For someone just to curse at you for something they don't like, I don't know. Should be better than that. And so, as such, we get a chance to redo this. I don't like the stealth beetles very much, especially because we have psionic powers, which means they get to drop on us and they get to interrupt us. So hopefully it won't turn out to be the case this time. Now, if it does turn out to be the case, though, and I can't properly guess what's happening here, there is another option for us. We burn all our psi away entirely by simply resetting what we have in our brain and re-enervating. And this means we have no psi to be interrupted. We don't care about the psi. We go through this without any. So that's another option for us should we choose to do so. We also did bring a lantern this time around, but we've learned we don't really need a lantern for this area. I hear you. Let's be a bit of a critic. I like this area very much. The fog makes it feel spooky. There's things in it, you think, as you venture forward. Look how dark it is here, for example. And we can hear the side beetles clicking, which is enough to get you to realize this is probably a dangerous situation for you to be in, and you should be careful. His skull is smashed wide open. It's been a while, viewer. I don't remember what we found here. I don't think there was anything really worth taking in the ship. I don't remember. Oh, it was a bunch of sledgehammers. We could use the bits. Let's go ahead and recycle them. Okay, how much should we pick up? Nice, wow. That's enough to make quite a few repair kits. We have 376 of them. Actually, we need to make the repair kits right now because Minecracker weighs like 25 pounds. There we go. Use up a little bit of inventory. I'll even quick save here. Never had problems with this area in the past. It's interesting. Us having psionic powers is actually what's hurting us the most in this area. We can see quite a few dead side beetles here. Some ashes, which is all that remains of the gentleman who was probably wielding Minecracker. He's got a lantern. The lantern doesn't really do much for us, though, in this area. I'd rather have the items I currently have equipped. Though I guess, arguably, it does more than our cloaking device will do. We're not going to run out of here cloaked. Although now I think about we could have worn our cloaking gear, but I did not bring it with us, so we'll just use this and walk out, I guess. And now it is time for Minecracker. We'll take a look at it again, assuming we make it out of here. Oh, I like that. I like that you hear it getting closer and closer, the sounds of the side beetles. I don't remember where they are. So we enter combat. Sprint to give us enough movement to stay in combat. And let's see if there's one up ahead of us. There wasn't one there. How about all the way over here? Oh, there was one right there. Hello, Goliath, sis. So we can stun you? Okay, that's one. We want to be able to re-enter combat again, and I want my taser ready, so let's wait around a little bit. Guess we'll use our lantern. Let's inch forward, quick save. The tricky thing about stealth enemies, so I haven't explained stealth very much or stealth mechanics because we're not playing a stealth character, but if an enemy is stealth, like, for example, the Crawlers or Deathstalkers, or your stealth, for example, you can start combat whenever you would like, and you automatically win the initiative if you start combat while stealthed. The enemy works the exact same way. So, these Azurai can just start combat when they want, if they see you. So, it's tricky. Especially if you're trying to avoid being pummeled by gigantic psionic powers that they have. Gotcha. Unfortunately, he's also kind of close. My sprint is not ready. Uh-oh. We're still in combat. Let's use one of those invigorators. Oh, okay, so it doesn't do anything for me. Okay, it removes, as it says, sonic inhibition, which is what I knew it did already. I was just hoping it might also prevent us from taking psi damage. Prevent the effect. It does not. It recovers from the effect, I'm guessing. Where are you? You're right next to me. We resisted the interruption effect. And we interrupted its life with a spear straight to its skull. We are still in combat. I see the other one. Okay. And we can reach it. And tickle its face. Alright, let's get behind this. Turn off that. And then do a bunch of recharging. So this is the issue, or an issue, with the route we have chosen, viewer. It is expensive to run all of these electrical items. It is dangerous to run them, since a single EMP blast will kill us for carrying and daring to use all these things as well. You know, I wonder, can we make our own lantern? Because we could power it with more energy, thanks to our feats. Alright, so far this is going significantly better. Although, this is not going to save us. My ability to be cautious will. Oh god! Ow! Okay, that was not so bad. I don't care about psionic powers. I care about killing these. Okay, let's get behind here. And we'll use a healing salve. We'll just wait a bit and let our psionic powers recharge, I suppose. So we could, you know what? I do want Plasma Beam put in my brain, so why not do it now? And we just won't use psionic powers, and we'll see what the side beetles, how they like that. So let's recharge our spear first. Okay, so while we're waiting for this to go away, let's do this stuff. So, everything's out of us now. What do we want put in our brain? Well, we've made good use of Pyrokinetic Stream. It sets things on fire, and it can hit multiple targets in the line. So I think we still want stream. We like pyrokinesis for the big fireball. We're taking it too. And of course we want exothermic aura. We don't need this one, but it is nice to make people hesitate before they charge into us by setting the ground around us on fire. Also helps us with cold-related areas, so we'll go ahead and keep using this. And then we'll put on Plasma Beam. Plasma Beam is a bit like Pyrokinetic Stream in that it hits everything in a line. It does, as you can see, incredible amounts of damage. 126 to 238 energy and the same amount of heat damage to everything in its trajectory. And to my recollection, it does these things at the same time, I think. That's important to know. In so much that Recurrence will cause both types of damage, if I am correct, and that does apply both of these things at the same time, to be applied to target again. Most of the time, for example, if you throw a grenade, it does one type of damage and then the other. So this works really well with Plasma Beam if I remember how it deals its damage correctly. That gives us 3 leftover slots for time abilities. We'll take Dilation. We'll take Recurrence. And we'll grab Increment. Alright. Oh god, guys, I'm so sorry about the sniffling as well. I could mute myself whenever I sniffle, but I'm going to sniffle just subconsciously, or most of the time. I apologize. And now I can hear that I've got congestion. It sounds like I've got some. I sound nasally to me. Lots of side beetle carapaces. That's actually really nice to find. But we already have 2 quality 100. Well, that's a quality 104. All right, we're taking that home with us. As long as I've noticed it as well, we'll go ahead and extract some humors. We have way too much to walk for that to be the end of the side beetles. I hear ya. I know you're in the area. You're probably behind me by now. Alright, let's see. Is there one over here? Oh! Tim, you have no psionic powers. I just activated pre-med. That does nothing for me without any psi, Alright, hello, gigantic Goliathus. You can't get through my shield. It's just one. No, there's another. There's 2 others here. I like fire too. Oh god, stunned. We should survive. Ooh, painful. Let's heal. Coming for you, Mr. Frost User, Psionic Beetle. I'm going to use an adrenaline here. That will have to do. Didn't crit. That's a shame for you. It means you're dead. Alright, let's double back to here really quick. recharge. We can bandage ourselves. I don't think there's any more beetles waiting for us between the exit and our current location. I think that was probably all of them. But, just in case, I also want our fatigue to expire and the hypothermia to go away. And we are not regenerating. We will use another one of these. Ah, sorry, viewer. Sorry. You know, I could have another Halls. There you. Cough drop to clear my nostrils. Okay, what do we got? 99 carapace. Take the insectoid bit. 66 carapace. And we missed one behind us. That was not so bad. That was not so bad. We had a good shield to absorb damage from some of their abilities. We were able to get the drop on one of them most of the time before the combat started. And by not having any sonic powers, we weren't relying on them to help us deal with these insects. And we weren't interrupted, which meant that we weren't taking a good amount of damage. Since we had those psi that it could drain. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Where are we? I'm looking over here to the Oculus. It would be faster for me to go to Core City. We need to go to Core City anyway. We're overburdened. Or rather, we're about to be. So let's use an inhalant. And we'll put Plasma Beam down here. We also will put this here. Let's get our butts to Core City. Actually, Tim, you need to make your way back to your home, where you can actually make a spear. We need an electrical discharger of decent quality. I don't know if I've got one waiting for us. We do have some decent plasma cores. I think we have 2 that are quality like 144 or so. But we'll also want a quality 130-ish at the very least electrical discharger, which is what our current spear is utilizing. Speaking of which, by the way, we can put this here. We can also repair our current spear. Twice. Oh, a Minecracker, right? Been a while since we've seen it. 10% hit chance to stun the living target for 1 turn. Does 50 through 70 mechanical damage. Burns 50 of the target's psi points away when you smack it with it. 30% chance to apply psi inhibition to the target for 2 turns. Ignores mechanical damage threshold when attacking organic targets. Damage increased by 10% for every point in strength above 8. Reduces all of your psionic powers. So actually it's a good weapon, especially if you're not using psionic powers. It's what you want. It does a great amount of damage to psionic users. Had it existed at the time, I would have used this with Gabriel. But that area, to my knowledge, did not exist, nor this weapon. You need a H strength. Oh, you know what? Since we're also going back to our home, we can spend a little bit of time, and I can show you some of the refurbished weapons. Yep. We'll do that too. Yep, that's all I got, viewer. Sorry. It's tough to talk with all the coughing. So I hope you guys don't mind if we just walk in silence, and we'll try talking more when I get back to our home. Actually, we can just do that right now. We have plenty of juice on me. Sniffling Tim. Okay. So. First, whenever I get back home, I need to do inventory management stuff. So we've got some drugs. These need to be put into the place where all the drugs go. I have a few more insectoid things. Okay, we have a 104 quality carapace that can go over here into the creature bits area. Some fabric scraps. Away. We do have these two super steel. 170 and 142. We have some forward grips. They go here. And I've got a polarizer, which I think is used in weaponry, so we put that there. 139 electroshock generator. That is acceptable, but I would like to see if we can get something maybe a little better before we commit to using it. To that one. So let's go ahead and visit the Merchant District. My guess is that we won't find anything better here. But while we're here, we can check. What's the weighing me down so much? Oh, Mindcracker? Mindcracker. We'll put Mindcracker away later. You can do this later too, Tim. You can do a bunch of selling and stuff later. You don't. The viewers don't need to watch that. They've watched you do plenty of that garbage. Visit the merchants who sell electrical stuff. First. Right, hello, Halim. And in classic Underrail style, he's not even selling an electrical discharger. Alright, you are selling a 148 plasma core, but I don't care about that. I care about discharger. Once again, I could use a cheat engine and just cycle his inventory until I get what I want, which is very tempting, but no. Just check him, and if he doesn't have anything better, we'll use what we picked up earlier. 139 is acceptable. Snifflin'. Sorry. Give up our steak for us. Delicious +1 agility. Viewer, I have a question for you if you've played this game. Do you eat food in the game? It seems like to me the harder the difficulty level, the more important it would be for you to keep a stat buff on you of some sort. It's why I constantly make sure I've got a buff of some sort up here to keep myself alive a little easier. But I get the impression most people don't do that. I get the impression most people just run around with like 180's worth of weight on their 200 carry capacity character all the time too. Am I the only one who like ensures I don't bring 80 advanced health hypos with me? And I go back every so often and clear out my inventory? And also go back and sell to all the merchants every time I get a chance? Like, am I the crazy person? I feel like I am. 2 dischargers. 131 and 111. They're not better than what we currently have. So we don't need those. And he's not selling anything else I need. Okay, he's not selling anything else I need. So let's double back to our home and make that weapon. You know, it's going to also be faster for me to run to our home and then use the juice at the moment. Oh, you know, since we're going to my plan is to also go over to Oculus next. Maybe we'll do the Witnosek quest. People pointed out that we get a really useful item for it. Now, I know what it is already. That's the Hux key, if I recall correctly, which is like the jackknife, only improves hacking and lockpicking, if I recall correctly. I think it actually has a lockpick, so I don't even think we will need lockpicks anymore if we get it, I think. Or maybe it just improves your ability if it's equipped. But we'll take a peek at it if we get it. So I think we will start that quest today. But first, let's make ourselves a super steel spear. Electrified version. Alright, this is the best electroshock generator we currently have. 139 is indeed going to be acceptable in the down the deep caverns. And we'll use a 144 plasma core. Then, oh, the super steel's over here. Oh, but the spear shafts are over here. We grab a spear shaft. All right. The 142. Spear time. Okay, so before we make it, let's also equip that. Oh, and I just have seen we could use a charge here. Okay. How does this compare to our current electrical Tichrome spear? Because if it's not significantly better, maybe or if it's not enough better, maybe, ultimately, it is going to be a side grade. It's going to be a little different. So we pick up 2 min damage. We lose 10 max damage. It takes an extra 2 action points to swing this weapon. We gain a 3% accuracy bonus. We gain 1% bonus to crit. We pick up 2 more points of electrical min and 5 more points of maximum electrical damage, and it inflicts a tiny bit more when it jumps to targets. It has 2 less energy. It is considered slightly lower level. I don't know. I don't know. It costs 1 more energy to swing it as well. We block 2 less damage with it. I think we will do it anyway. Let's go ahead and create this weapon, and we'll be using it for some time. We'll bring it down with us to Deep Caverns and see if we had liked it better than a Tichrome. I feel like there's... Honestly, I feel like the Tichrome spears probably stands on equal ground to this super steel weapon. Yeah, I feel like they're about... You could use either one and be completely content. They're both game weapons. I would consider them of equal deadliness. God. Alright, let's go ahead and make this. There we go. And charge it. Okay, done. I promised you guys we'd look at the weapons as well. I almost forgot. Let's go ahead and head up and take a peek at our refurbished weapons. Okay, they will be here. Actually, before we do that, I would like to put away the Tychrome Shock Spear. And we'll put Mindcracker here. Oh, how much does this weigh, by the way? Haha, 6.18 pounds versus 7.14, so 1 pound less weight. Still don't think it matters that much in terms of comparing them. Alright, so guys, so the refurbished weapons. Here is, oh, do I really not have my papers with me? I don't, so I can't compare what they originally had. No, I do. Here they are. Okay, so I would like to do this when I have all of them. When I have when I have all of them refurbished. So we'll just look at two of them at the moment. This is the refurbished K&H. Well, obviously, you can see the title right there. The original damage that this did was 20 through 30. Action points are the same. Range is the same. Precision is the same. Move and shoot precision is the same. Burst precision, it did not have before. So it picked up plus 10% burst precision, so more accurate when you burst. It picked up one more burst shot. The critical chance increased by 4%. And that was it. So you pick up a little bit of min, 8 min, and 12 max damage. You gain one more burst shot. You gain burst precision and 4 more percent to crit. It costs $400, a Marauder component of quality 120 or better, a scope, and a forward grip to create this weapon. It's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't say no to the upgrades, but getting that Marauder 120 took a lot of time. Like, that was a great amount of time for something of that quality to show up in Oscar's inventory. And here is a refurbished MG42 machine gun, light machine gun, I suppose. The damage it originally had was 24 through 43, so it picked up 6 min and 5 max damage. The spread decreased from 48 angle to 45. Move and shoot precision improved by 5%, and the max capacity of its magazine increased to 100 from 80. This cost $700, a ratchet 120, a 100 ammo belt, and an ergonomic handle. I don't know if that's worth it, honestly. But I don't use machine guns. Once again, it took a long time to find a ratchet of that quality or to upgrade this weapon. And the ammo belts. 100 ammo belts are not easy to find in merchants. My goodness. It took a while to find 2 of them to upgrade some of these weapons, so I don't know. I like the option of being able to improve these weapons, but I don't know if it's worth the if you were planning on using a refurbished weapon as an endgame. Oh my juice. Oh, who cares about the juice? At the end of the game, you can't rely on the merchants giving you what you need to upgrade it. You gotta start looking for those upgrades, those component parts, the moment you're done with the main quest and have access to your home. Like, you really gotta. It's going to be tough if you wait until you have... Well, I don't... Hold on. Oculus. It took hours. I probably waited around, viewer, for like about 60 hours or so now in game for merchants to recycle their inventory, so I could sell stuff and then check their inventory for upgrades for some of the refurbished weapons. Like, that's a lot of time just standing around waiting for the merchants to recycle their inventory. I don't mind doing it, honestly. I like the feeling of being a merchant in this world. I'm not complaining, but I'm pointing out that I'm probably one of the only people who don't mind doing it. Look at me. I walk everywhere, and I do it without the speed increase, for example. That should tell you something about how I work. I don't mind just waiting around for the merchants. But I know you probably will. Hey, Constantine. Alright, so let's see. As long as we're here, we might as well see what he's got in his inventory. If I had another thing I would point out to you viewers in regards to quality and it showing up frequently or not, it would be ballistic panels. I can't seem to find decent ballistic panels on people. If we want to make another tactical vest, for example, I would want a quality 140-ish ballistic panel from someone, and for the very end game, or at least 120 better. And darn it, the merchants just don't sell these. 112 is okay. I would definitely want something higher than that, though, if I was going to be running around with an endgame tactical vest. That said, it still makes decent armor. So we'll buy it for 119. Alright, Tim says as he sniffles again, let's head on out to the mainframe floor. We're going to revisit the guy with the crystal on his head, because I think it was Lost Fremen. It might have been the Necron Lord who told me, though, about you giving the gentleman the juice instead of just grabbing for the gem. So that's what we're going to do. This does mean we have to fight some Death Stalkers, because they have respawned down here. I'm pretty sure we've got all 4 back again. And we can find out right away by entering combat and moving up here and immediately throwing a flare. Are they back? Didn't go where I wanted it to go. Yes. They come back. At least that one did. We used Uncanny Dodge, though. It's still in effect. I mean, I'm glad. I'm very glad, but that wasn't what I expected. It's still in effect. We can just stand right here. Let another one swing at us if it wanted to. Yeah? I don't feel like that's the end of them. I really don't. I want to wait for my Uncanny Dodge to be off cooldown. Oh, darn you. Oh, wow, that one's angry. Very angry. Unfortunately, I was right near the climb up, so we'll just wait for this to... Oh, we resisted. Alright, that works. We can manage ourselves. And then for science, we're going to try something. If I drink a juice, do we get penalized for doing that? We do. Okay. Don't drink juice. It counts as medicine. Counts as medicine. Alright. And the healing salve will absolutely count as medicine too. Wonder if all food counts as will affect you that way. Okay, there's absolutely no way we're walking down there with that penalty, so we're just gonna wait up here for that to expire. That was 2 of them. There were 4 of them. So I'm imagining we still have another 2. How much are they worth now, by the way? Experience-wise? 113. Oh my goodness, that is... I mean, it's something, right? It's something. If we were playing this game on Audi mode, we would not be earning anything for coming back down here again, experience point-wise. So... Alright, let's do this again. Okay, that worked. I'm pretty sure there's one staring right at us. No, there isn't. Alright, at least it wasn't there. Let's head on down and say hello to the lunatics again. Alright, so we have plenty of juice we can give this gentleman. I thought I had juice on me last time I was here. Maybe I ran out of bottles. Is it time? Where can I get a robe? There are some over there, in the locker by the beds, if you desire one. Time for what, by the way? Transfinity. Transfinity. He nods but doesn't elaborate. It's not yet. It's not time. Yeah, we can't. I can't give him the juice. And I have 7 of it. So it's not that I don't have it. We don't have the option of giving it to him. Maybe we have to go through the Transfinity thing. So let's go ahead and do that once. Yes, all-seeing one. It is time. Then your transformation may begin. Follow him. Sniffling tip. Sorry. Step up. All who wish to answer the call of Transfinity, step up. Step up and abandon your imperfect form of finity. Step up. Cast your mind and follow the lines, intersecting their sharp angles, directing all the lines. Up there, invisible, but if you unify your senses, it's reachable. I can see it. I can see it. Step up. Therein lies Transfinity. Transform. Another transformation. Pick it up. It is done. He touchlessly readjusts his head gem before refocusing on the force fields. It's your turn. Do not be afraid. The loud lights. They are merely the lines the mind travels along to Transfinity. Step up. I'm not ready. Are you certain? If we stop now, it'll be long before we can do it again. Do not be afraid. I am certain, all-seeing one. Then we will stop. His arms lower and the force fields begin to fade. Shame. Fall him back. Exhausted, he adjusts his head gem with his hand, but never seems to be satisfied. Shame. Shame. You missed the opportunity of an existence. Shame. He readjusts the gem, but you, Orange, you are not the first to step down, and then transform later. I like that we can go with... We have all these different answers about the color he sees us as. I do like the "it's not easy being green" answer, which seems the most appropriate given who I'm playing as, which is me. It's not easy being green. No, no. When you speak, I see orange. He readjusts his gem. You sound orange. You are not ready. He looks at you, but his weary bloodshot eye can barely make out your shape, let alone anything beyond. See the form indicator? Yes, you should have something to help your mind and your current form. So, what do you do with the den transformed? If they are truly transformed, then their forms are mere empty, tasteless shells. But if their minds have been cast quietly, insufficiently, he shakes his head, their forms are being taken care of by the form medicator. How'd you find this place? We were summoned from every angle of Underrail. We knew. Yet minds were drawn here long before I came. They dug the entrance to the west. But they couldn't reach Transfinity. Their hooks and ropes were cast into the void. Their towers collapsed. Their machines fell. Their finite forms failed them. That's why I am here. To help them. And then, I'll transform too. He smiles. What's Transfinity like? It's beyond infinity. Larger, louder, fragrance, sweetness. All the senses of the world, limited as they are out there, are clear and unified. Unified and to most inconceivable. But not to us. No, no. We've tasted it. Delved into it. That's why we're here, isn't it? To answer the call of the unbound and infinite, but not yet absolutely infinite. Transfinite. There is an absolute infinity? Yes, yes. But that is, only for the most perfect. What's wrong with your senses, Synthetic? Nothing is wrong. They're all one. A taste of Transfinity. Eustace's gem. They're just too potent for affinity and need to be controlled. Oh, okay, finally! We've got the option to give him the juice. Maybe this can help you control your senses. Show him the juice. The form medicator has prepared for us many things. Try this. You can trust Orange. His stare almost seems to ask, can he? But then he does approach the bottle. You open it for him, and as soon as he catches a whiff of what's inside, he leaps back and grabs his ears. Ah! He spits aside a few times and starts scratching himself as if a swarm of ants is nesting inside his robes. Then he reaches for his gem, twisting it, turning it, to no avail. Ugh! But then, his gem readjusts itself again, trying out a few spots on his forehead, each one widening his now smiling lips further and further. What is this? Or... Cyan? I'm Cyan now? Yes. Cyan. It's the juice, man. The juice. Want more? He pauses, licking his lips and looking around. Yes. Infinity's imperfections. I can sense faint new details in them. New... He licks the air. Tastes. New lines, angles, spiral forms. If I can sense all this, maybe others can as well. Yes. Yes, it would help them. Help them transform. First one's free. Here, give him the juice. He takes the bottle, looking at it curiously, as if amazed at how such an unusual bottle could contain such an unusual liquid. He sniffs it again, his pupils dilating immediately upon doing so. Then after a few moments of uncertainty, he brings it to his lips. Ugh, the taste! What the tongue tastes, the ears hears. What is heard is spoken. The word is sent. He attempts to readjust his gem, both mentally and physically, but then he just rips it off his head and throws it on the desk. You can now see both his eyes, looking in separate ways, tracking different things in a twisted, unnatural way. Transfinity. So beautiful. And what? The senses perceive. The mind can... The table starts to rumble. The shelves begin to sway. The beds are rattling as if they're trying to come to life. Cast! 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 He pushes everyone out of the way and rushes outside, followed by a trail of psychokinetic disturbances and joyous laughter. You pick up his gem from the floor where it fell after the desk started to shake. Is he gone now? Oh no! Oh no. Oh no! I think what we just heard was the last Transfinity. Oh, but that's interesting. Where's his body? Maybe he did achieve Transfinity and transformed. We'll talk to the Formedicator once, and then we'll go ahead and leave. Tension can be felt in the air as you can witness an unusual autopsy of sorts. Chanting quiet, inaudible words with his right hand hovering over the charred corpse, the physician channels a thick mist which envelops the victim. Swarm of moving particles is tearing up the robe piece by piece, trails of cloth getting spun in the air before disintegrating into the whirlwind. Every last piece. There's no hiding from me. Scars left by the lightning strike leave a remarkable shape colored in red, featuring a pattern closely resembling plant roots. On several spots, these wounds rupture the body, further revealing the devastating damage caused by the impact. From time to time, the physician would gently touch the corpse with his left hand in search of signs of life. As he moves from one spot to another, a mild mist of dust perfectly makes its way so that it wouldn't make contact with him. Malformations. Colors of doubt. Stench of foul regret. A pulsating weight of any temperature. I must find it all, and cleanse it. Only then can the transformation... Wait, only then the transformation is complete. How's it looking? The cold and empty feeling of doubt still defiles my vision. Countless times we have found insidious incarnations of malfunctioning transformations. Personalities born out of the tiniest of doubts one can have during a moment, manifest into beings of their own wants and hideous wishes. Elusive, stubborn, ferocious, such monstrosities would never back down to stay afloat, swiping anyone or anything in their way. He pulls his hands back, finishing the examination. In doing so, the levitating dust settles down, making a mess in the process. It'll take a few more of these, over several days, too. Any unexpected outcomes so far? The hooks to the Infinity are too many to count. Perhaps the worst one would be a total rejection of transformation, most likely caused by false belief. He scratches his head. Getting reformed back here, violent and consumed by madness, forcing us to take extra measures to correct their futile convictions. Only then would we truly know that the form has made it over. Now leave me be. I must make sure to contain our brother's discarded husk. He picks up a rug and starts to clean the autopsy table. Before I leave anything to trade? So, the same stuff. We don't need it. Actually, I will take a bullhead. And that will do. Oh, right, we should look at the crystal we got. Let's go back up towards where Oculus is, and then we'll take a peek at it. So only 2 Deathstalkers respawn. Alright, well, viewer, let's look at that headpiece. Synthetic refocus. Each face of this brilliant gem displays a differently dimensioned fractal reflection when looked into. Staring at it for too long hurts your eyes. Increases psychokinesis by 25. Psi ability psi cost decreased by 20 when focused. So you're focused when you don't move. Perception increased by 2 when focused. Oh, that's interesting. This helps us. This will help us find secrets later if I want to run around the entirety of Underrail and look for them. Detection increased by 50 when focused, and everything drops when unfocused. So in other words, don't move around. Don't jostle this headband. I think we would use it to find secrets once again, but I wouldn't use it otherwise. Maybe if we were using psychokinesis, but I would want to stand still. And generally if I'm using psychokinesis, my characters are probably punching. Which means I'm moving around a lot. Which means I'm having all the penalties, not most of the bonuses. So it's an interesting item, but one I don't see myself using. I'm sure there must be a good use for it. I'm sure I'm wrong, and many of the great Underrail players can tell me why this is the best item in the game ever for psychokinesis users, but I don't see it, so maybe I'm moving around too much. Alright guys, so that will do for us. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone. Hello, viewer. Just a heads up that I was about to do some selling of some stuff I created here in my house, and I went to the rift only to see that there's an unusual bag right outside the rift. I figured we would interact with it together, so let's see what's in it. A hexagon gem. A brilliant gem similar to the one found on the Synthet's headband, only hexagonal in shape. Let's take a peek at it. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Perhaps you could switch the 2 gems. Okay. Interesting. I was actually going to give Synthetic more juice, as he needed it for free. So this is kind of a nice surprise in a way that he gave us a gift. And I guess this is a hint that he did achieve Transfinity. Oh, as you can see, I have an armory now, and all special stuff that's either worth money, that's a special type of luxury item, or items which are kind of dangerous, are inside that locker. Alright, viewer. Interesting. I'm going to stop recording now. I'll see you guys in the next one.